According to Grandmaster Ernesto Presa Sr., if a tiger dies, he leaves his skin. If a man dies, he leaves his name. Assalamu alaikum and good day everyone. I am Norhana Salman. We are the Group 6 together with my group mates. So for today, we are going to discuss about the arnis, but first, let us go back to its background or to its history. We are all familiar with arnis, right? Some of us already have a background of arnis kasi naituturo naman na ito in our previous years. But then, let us recall it again. Arnis is an official national sport and the martial arts of the Philippines. If sa Korea, Taekwondo ang kinoconsider nilang martial arts, dito naman sa atin, sa Pilipinas, ang martial arts natin is the arnis. It is also known as Kali or as Krima. Kali derived from Hispanic Filipino term which means blades and fencing, while Eskrima is derived from the Spanish word for fencing. So nagsimulang ma-discover itong arnis noong Spanish period pa because some of our ancestors is lack of weapon. Therefore, yung iba is gumamit ng stick para makipaglaban and meron din namang gumamit ng blades. Arnis is founded by Remy Presas. It is practiced to obtain self-defense and it is also free injury training in order to preserve the old arnis system. It includes hand-to-hand combat, grappling, joint locks, and weapon disarming technique. Now, let us proceed into Kombatan. It is the modern arnis style used by younger brother of Remy Presas, Ernesto Presas, to describe his Filipino martial arts. Take note, Remy Presas is founded of the traditional arnis wherein it is more on using the stick. Then, Ernesto Presas is the Kombatan or modern arnis founder, which is more on using blade or bolo, also called machete. Practitioners of the arts are called arnisador for male athlete, arnisadora for female for those who called it as an arnis, escrimador for male athlete, and escrimadora for female for those who use the term eskrima, kalista or mangangali for those who practice kali. So under the governance of the late President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, nilagdaan niya ang batas na tinatawag na Republic Act No. 9850 noong year 2009, 11th day of December, which is dineklara as Philippine National Sport and Martial Arts ang arnis. Then year 2010 naman is naging officially sport na ang arnis at ito ay mandatory nang ituro sa kahit anong kurso sa subject na physical education. Kagaya ng ginagawa natin ngayon, pinapag-aralan natin ang arnis dahil isa ito sa mga utos na pinatatag ng DepEd and commonly rin siyang nilalaro sa mga palarong pambansa. Lastly is the training of arnis. Before we can proceed to the training, we should have a rattan stick na pwede natin gamitin in performing arnis. It is usually 28 inches or 71 centimeters in length. In arnis, it can be single or double stick ang ginagamit but they are all taught. Also, underarm defenses against stick and against bladed weapon are part of the curriculum. Thank you!
In arnis, the focus is generally on skill development, practical application, and mastery of techniques rather than a formalized belt ranking system. Progression and recognition of skill are often determined through a combination of factors such as experience, knowledge, proficiency in techniques, and personal growth. However, some modern arnis schools and organizations have introduced belt ranking systems to provide structure and a sense of progression for their students. These systems may vary from one school to another, so it's important to understand that belt ranks in arnis are not universally standards or recognized. White belt. This is often the starting point for new students, representing a beginner level of training. Yellow belt. This rank may indicate the transition from a beginner to an intermediate level, where students have gained a basic understanding of fundamental techniques. Green belt, this rank may represent a higher level of proficiency, with students demonstrating competence in various techniques and applying them effectively. Blue belt, students at this rank may have attained a higher level of mastery, showing advanced techniques and strategies in the practice. Brown belt. Brown belt rank often represents near expert level proficiency in arnis, with students displaying a deep understanding of the art and demonstrating advanced techniques with precision. Black belt. Black belt ranks can vary greatly in arnis depending on the school and organization. These ranks generally signify a high level of mastery and expertise in the art. Different levels of black belt, such as first dan, second dan, and so on, may be used to distinguish further progression and experience. It is important to note that the above ranking system is a general outline and may not be universally applicable to all RE schools or organizations. Each school may have its own unique ranking structure or may not use belt ranks at all. If you are interested in practicing RNs and want to know the specific ranking system of a particular school, it's best to contact them directly for accurate information. Wooden stick. The wooden stick shall measure not less than 60 cm and not more than 90 cm in length, with a diameter of not less than 1.3 cm and not more than 3.8 cm. It must not have sharp edges or pointed ends. In arnis, foam cushion material is commonly used in training equipment to provide a safer practice environment and reduce the risk of injury during partner drills and sparring sessions. This foam cushion material is typically used to create protective coverings for training weapons. Head protection for arnis. It is important to choose gear that fits securely, allows adequate visibility, and provides sufficient protection for the head and face. Additionally, wearing mouth guards and appropriate protective gear for other parts of the body, such as gloves, forearm guards, and chest protectors, is also recommended to ensure comprehensive safety during arnis training and sparring.
So the fourth equipment of arnis is the body protector. So, refers to the pair of body protector properly cushioned to avoid injuries, and specification should be according to the eye arnis. So, since naging turo na rin sa atin sa school ang arnis, isa sa pinakakailangan natin upang maprotektahan natin is ang body protector. It is because to avoid major injuries na pwedeng mangyari during the game or during the practice ng arnis. So, the fifth is forearm and chin guard. This is compulsory to also avoid severe injuries while having a fight or during the competitions. So, ginagamit ito upang maprotektahan ang ating mga smooth ugly shoes na pwedeng matamaan while nakikipaglaban tayo sa arnis. The sixth equipment of arnis is the scoreboard. This is either manual or electric that indicates the score. So, before, ang ginagamit talaga ng arnis, since hindi pa ganun ka modern world or modern technology, is ang manual. Pero ngayon, mas ginagamit ng electric. Ginagamit natin to upang malaman natin kung ilan na ang magiging puntos natin at magiging puntos ng kalaban natin. Ito na rin natin malalaman kung panalo ka or natalo ka sa isang game. So, stopwatch. This is used to keep track of time of the movement. So, ginagamit ito para malaman natin kung ilang oras na ba o ilang minuto na ba ang isang paligsahan. going mallet. So ginagamit ang gong and mallet upang malaman natin ang go signal and kung kailan ito magtatapos. Isa rin sa mga dahilan kung ba't gong and mallet, it is because ang gong and mallet is isa sa mga naging traditional natin dito sa Philippines para maging go signal na pinakasuit mismo sa ating traditional isa sa mga traditional sports natin dito sa Philippines, which is an artist.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. Good morning everyone and good morning sir. I am Nursara A. Ali and I will be reporting about the principles in harness. So when we talk about principles in harness, the number one here is the respect. So, respect for one's opponent as a person and as a fighter and as a sportsman. It should always be remembered, or we should always remember that the opponent is a human being with a dignity as you have and worthy of respect. Also, do not underrate his fighting ability. Overconfidence would be costly, therefore never underestimate the ability of an opponent. Sportsmanship, on the other hand, is the measure of fighter or player. So we have here the second one, character. A ruffian has no place in harness, let alone in sports. Refinement in character is very important. A student must be taught the moral and religious values of everything. It is an obligation of the teacher of harness to mold or build the character of the students in such a way that his behavioral structure would be motivated by righteous desire. So it is what a man is that counts, not the number of trophies he won. In spite of the updated fallacies of values of the present world, it is who you are that will matter in the end. So, let's proceed to the third one, sincerity. Sincerity for victory's sake is not the all-consuming end of an harness player. It is the sincerity in him to his fellow man and to his art that makes him shine in the array of man. The martial art of harness, it should be remembered, is a good medium of development, man's sense of dedication in all his everyday endeavor and involvement. Sincerity is the mother of trust, and trust makes a man, or rather makes an institution of what has been shattered by doubts. A man who is not sincere will never have a true friend, they say. So let's proceed to the fourth one, which is the discipline. Harness is a molder of discipline. Proper behavior in the sport and in life itself will be the goals of success. Personal discipline is very important. The kaleidoscopic invitations and temptation of life should never undermine man in his obligation to his art, to himself, and his fellow man. A student should learn to control himself in the pursuance of his goal, not only to his art but also to life in general. The fifth one is the self-control. Losing one's head means defeat. One should learn to control his temper if he hopes to achieve success in every endeavor. In harness, self-control is very important, for without it, life and the good health of another may be lost. The possession of an ability to kill or maim a person should be handled with extreme caution and prudence. Man's clear perception of things is anchored on his ability to control the outbursts of his inner self. And as an harness player, self-control is very important because even if it is just only a wooden stick, it could kill your opponent. That's why wooden stick is considered as deadly weapons. So remember those principles in harness.
Assalamualaikum. I am Roxani Tandong and I am going to report principle in harness. Number 5. Number 5, etiquette. Etiquette is allied to the main cardinal rules in harness. One should learn how to respect others. So dito sa etiquette, isa sa cardinal rules in harness. So, madalas nire-record dito ang mga players to take an active approach to respect and fairness. So, since ang harness ay two fighters, kailangan magpakita ng kagandahang asal at tiwala sa kasama. Kasi kapag hindi maganda ang behavior mo, when you enter the game, kung wala ka sa concentration, maaaring mag-cause ng injuries at troubles. So, para maiwasan yung mga ganong pangyayari, you need to be polite and control your skills and mind. Number 6, students' loyalty. A student should be loyal to a fellow player because any disloyal to him is disloyal to the art itself. More important, a student should be loyal to his teacher. So, ang loyalty ay isa sa pinaka-importanting karakter na dapat meron tayo. Lalo na when it comes in harness, kasi it gives our training and development consistency. And also, it allows us to remain true to ourselves. So, should be emphasized to students. Loyalty to the art, to a fellow player, especially to his teacher. So let's proceed to courtesy in harness. Courtesy is when one shows respect towards opponents, teammates, officials, coaches, teachers, and even spectators. In harness, courtesy is demonstrated through pugay or bowing. When we say courtesy, to be polite enough to do something. So when it comes in harness, one of those values in martial arts, that is a foundation of what we do. So demonstrated through pugay, Ang pugay po naman ay one of the highest gestured respect in Filipino culture. Na dapat ma-adapt at bigyan ng importansya lalo na sa Filipino martial arts community. The courtesy bow can be manifested through, first one, stand facing each other. Number 2, hold the stick at the end. Number 3, bow your head from the neck and return to position. Number 4, extend your right hand sideward right with the stick pointing upward. At the same time, place your left hand on your left side chest with open palms and extended fingers with elbows at a right angle from the body. So, ma-insert ako na video kung paano sa gawa ang courtesy bow or pulo.
This salutation bow is called the bare hands. First step, attention or formal stance. Stand on your feet close together with both hands below your waist. When you hear the word handa, step your one foot sideward for open leg stance. Handa sa pagpugay. Return your foot close together with the other and place your hand across the chest. When you hear the word pugay, bow your head as a sign of courtesy. Then go back to handa. Single stick or single weapon. From close attention stance, feet spread apart, position shoulder, while stick is held in front of the body. Handa sa pagpugay. Close your feet and place the weapon hand across the chest. Pugay. Bow your head and back to handa position. And lastly, the double stick or double weapon. By the right grip of both hands, place your sticks together as I performed it. From attention stance, when you hear the word handa, move your feet apart. Handa sa pagpugay. Close your feet and bring your stick sideward while the right stick is placed in the left chest. Pugay. Bow your head and go back to handa position.
And that's all my part po. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. Good day everyone, my name is Rashima El Gamla. I am from the group 6 reporters, which is assigned to discuss the hand grip and kind of stances. The hand grip. Grip is very essential in our knees. The correct grip controls the movement of the cane. It is important in executing different fighting techniques. So why grip is essential in our knees? The grip is the key to maintaining balance in this routine because if it's not strong enough, the whole structure will collapse. Kinds of stances. According to United Arnis, the Filipino martial arts has different kinds of stances. The first one is the ready stance. Stand with your feet apart parallel to the shoulder with both toes pointing forward. The knees should be straight, the waist and the body facing forward. Hands are on waist level and the hands should hold the sticks on both sides. The ready stance is commonly used when standing at ease during training or tournaments. Without this ready stance, you cannot move correctly, position yourself for strikes, or use your range most effectively. So the second one is attention stance. Stand with your feet forming a 45-degree angle. Heels should be close to each other. Knees should be straight, the waist and body facing forward. Shoulders and dropped to the side and both hands are at waist level. The attention stance is commonly used in preparation for courtesy or bowing, a commencement of sparring. This attention stance is usually used for courtesy in preparation for a fight at the beginning before sparring. So the third one is forward stance. Starting with the ready stance, move one foot forward until the knee and the toe are in line to each other. Both toes are pointing in front, the waist and the body are facing forward. The body should not be too low or the lead foot too extended, otherwise it will be hard to maneuver. Distribute the weight or center of gravity to both legs. Forward stances can be right foot lead, which is the right foot forward, or it can be left foot lead, which is left foot forward stance. Forward stance is commonly used with frontal striking or blocking techniques. Standing with your feet apart gives you balance so that you can move to the next position and attack your opponent. So the other kind of stances will be discussed by the next reporter. Thank you.
So hello everyone, I am Sambarida Omar. So this will be the continuation of the report of Miss Rashima about the kind of stanzas. So let's now move on to the number 4 oblique stance. So this is a use for forward blocking naman and evasion technique. So dito sa oblique stances, starting with the ready stance, i-move forward mo yung isang foot mo 45 degrees away from the body until the knee and the toe are in line to each other. Move on the same direction as the lead foot. So both of those are pointing in front. The waist and the body, kailangan yung face mo, yung waist mo tsaka yung body mo is facing forward siya. So the body should not be too low or the lead foot too extended kasi mahihirapan ka na igalaw yung katawan mo kapag kailangan mong lumipat ng pwesto. So distribute the weight or center of gravity to both legs. Oblique stances can be right foot lead, which is the right foot oblique stance, or it can be a left foot also, which is the left oblique stance. So next will be the straddle stance, or also known as horseback riding stance. So ito naman ginagamit siya for blocking strikes to the side of the body. So starting with the ready stance, move one foot about 2 feet to the left or to the right directions kung saan ka komportable until both lower legs are almost the same with the waist and the body. Take note that it should be facing forward. and the body should not perpendicular to the ground. So both toes are pointing in front. The body and the waist should be facing forward. So the body also should not be too low or extended, otherwise mahihirapan ka rin gumalaw. So distribute the weight of the body to both legs. So another naman is yung side stance. So it is used for stretch deflection and elevation techniques. So starting with the ready stance, move one foot about 2 feet to the left or right direction. Moving foot will be perpendicular to the ground while the other leg is extended, hereby creating a position like that of a side kick. So both toes are pointing in front. The waist and the body is facing forward. The body should not be too low or extended, otherwise it will be hard to maneuver. So distribute the weight also, or center of gravity, to both legs. So if the left foot moves to the side, it becomes left foot side stance. So kapag right foot moves naman to the side, it becomes right foot side stance. And then lastly, we also have back stance. So ginagamit naman ito siya for blocking and backward evasion techniques. So starting with the ready stance, move one foot backward 45 degrees away from the body. So the heels of the foot should form an imaginary L shape while the legs are in straddle position. The body should not be too low or extended, otherwise it will be hard to maneuver. So distribute also the weight of the center of gravity to both legs. So back stances can be right lead or left foot lead also. So now let's move on to the 12 striking techniques in harness. So makikita nyo dyan yung striking areas kung saan kayo papalo. So number 1, downward diagonal forehand to the right side of the head. So makikita nyo dyan yung number 1 sa right side sa temple nyo unang ipapalo, and then coming from the right temple naman is downward diagonal backhand swing to the left side of the. So number 2, no, coming from the right temple, the right side of your head, downward diagonal backhand swing to the left side of the head naman. So sa kabila naman yung papaluin yun. And after that, number 3, lateral backhand swing to the right side of the torso. Then another one is lateral forehand swing to the left elbow or left side of the torso, sa kabila naman. So after nung number 4, number 5 naman, itutusok nyo siya diretso sa abdominal part, a straight thrust to the abdominal area. So number 6, backhand thrust to the abdominal area. Number 7 naman, forehand thrust to the right shoulder. And number 8, forehand thrust to the left shoulder naman. So coming from the left shoulder, no, lateral backhand swing to the right knee naman. So sa right knee papalo nyo. After that naman, backhand thrust to the right eye. So tutusok nyo yung stick sa right eye. And then after that, sa left naman, forehand thrust to the left eye. And then lastly, ipapalo nyo siya sa overhead nyo sa ulo. Downward overhead swing to the forehead. So that would be all. Thank you.